Welcome back to Red Devils TV, everybody, the realest channel on YouTube. It's international break, so let's talk about transfer rumours. Now, Dan Ashworth and Omar Brady have both come out and talked about the most recent transfer window under Ineos for their debut transfer window and have claimed to be very, very successful. Now, who did United bring in? Well, obviously we brought in two centre-backs in Yoro and Ligt, a new full-back in Mazraoui, Ugarte as the midfielder, and Joshua Zirkzee as the striker. Now, personally for me, I thought it was a very, very successful transfer window. Yes, we still lack that midfield role, and I feel like we still lack a lot of depth in certain areas of the pitch. You know, a left back, a left-sided centre-back, maybe another midfield, and possibly even another winger. But look no further, because Omar Brady and Dan Ashworth have both admitted United are very, very interested, and the business may not be done for the entire season. So we could have some signings possibly in January, or definitely the plans are in motion for the next summer transfer window. Now, the names that are being mentioned is one, a Premier League star in Eze of Crystal Palace. Now, Eze, you know, he's one of them players where you think he's just 24 for his entire career, but Eze's in his mid-20s now, and he is such a technically gifted player. And what I like about the possibility of this signing is the fact that he's very versatile, can play off the wing, and also mainly as that number 10. But again, he's a very technical player. He's brilliant. He's got an eye for goal. He's great when it comes to passing and link-up play. Eze is a very, very technical player, and I really like him. And what I also like about this signing is that if we go on to make it, is that United are targeting players that are big fishes in small ponds. And I feel like that United's issue in the way they've approached certain transfer windows, under Ineos as well, is that they've targeted a lot of European players. But at the end of the day, the Premier League is one of the hardest leagues in the world for a reason. And I feel like scouting players that have already played in the Premier League and are used to the way the Premier League is, so there's no adjustment period, it's just adjusting to the new team. That could be really beneficial to Manchester United. Now, there's two players that have been linked to Manchester United. One was heavily linked with us throughout the entire January summer transfer window of the last one, and that is Jarrad Branthwaite of Everton. Obviously, a very versatile centre-back who is tall, physical, and is very good with both feet. He is more primarily a left-sided centre-back and will be ideal for Manchester United, no doubt. And Manchester United really wanted him, but Everton would not lower their £75 million asking fee. So United went on and got Leny and Ligt. And I am much happier with them two signings than someone like Branthwaite, because especially if Everton continue to have a poor season like they have done, and they might be in the relegation fight, if Everton get relegated this season, United can snatch Branthwaite up for very, very cheap. And I'm pretty sure United won't be the only team sniffing around Everton for Branthwaite's signature, whether it's in January or in the summer transfer window. But obviously, going back to Eze, I feel like that it would be a great signing. But what happens to Mason Mount? That's my only question, because, again, much like the Mason Mount situation, Bruno is definitely going to play. So are you going to shoehorn Eze on the wing, or are you going to go to a 2-10s? Eze won't come to Manchester United if he's not going to get first-team football. He might as well go to Spurs or, you know, somewhere like Aston Villa, for example, you know, a team that, you know, is going to be in around the top four area, that are going to be competing maybe for the top four spots. Eze deserves a big move, I believe. And this is why I also believe we should have gone in for Ivan Toney, you know, a player that deserves the move, who's a quality player that's way better than the team that they're currently at and could definitely improve Manchester United. And I feel like Eze would bring a lot to Man United if we was to get him. The Branthwaite deal, I feel like that obviously be a great signing. Obviously, it gives us a lot more rotation, obviously, with Maguire and Lindelof possibly leaving Manchester United as well. So it'd be just a replacement on them. And as well, there's another player that I want to mention, and that is Éderson. Now, Éderson of Atalanta is a player that's also been heavily linked to Manchester United. He was linked to United about 4 or 5 weeks ago, towards the end of the summer transfer window, before we agreed the Ugarte deal. And with Éderson, he's been heavily linked with the likes of Liverpool. He's been heavily linked with the likes of like giants in Italy, with Inter Milan and AC Milan. So quite a lot of clubs in Europe are well aware of this player like Éderson, and United are now in the mix. You know, Dan Ashworth has admitted he really wanted to get this player in when he was at Newcastle. So This Éderson, I don't know too much about, but what I do know about him is that he's a defensive midfielder who could bring a lot to any team. And I believe that he'd be a high quality. Would he be the replacement of Casemiro? Possibly. So is that Dan Ashworth or Omar Bereda eyeing up a possible move of Casemiro away from Manchester United next summer? You know, it's all up in the air, but if Casemiro continues to have these performances like he did against Liverpool, then that you could probably say that that rumour could definitely be true. But Éderson would be a quality player in his mid-20s. And this is the type of profile I want United to be signing now. We've backed the youth. We've brought in quite a few high promising players. But now we need the players that are in the mid-20s who are ready to take the next step. They have that quality. They have that European and competitive football experience. And they can become either good squad players or great starting 11 members. And this is the issue as well for me, because this is why I'm a bit worried about Kobbie Mainoo, because Kobbie Mainoo is being overrun, in my opinion. Same with Garnacho. You know, United are relying a lot on youth players at the moment, or younger players, and it's a big ask when they're supposed to be delivering for Manchester United. So when Garnacho has a poor game, you know, you get the rival fans, you get the fans that may not like them particular players, and they call them out. And this is the difference between Manchester United and a team like Manchester City. Why do United get like 10 or 15 million for Anthony Elanga for Nottingham Forest when Anthony Elanga's played in the Champions League and multiple Premier League games, and Man City gets 40 to 50 million for Cole Palmer from Chelsea when he's hardly played any games for Man City? I'll tell you why. Because United ruin wonder kids. United ruin a lot of signings. United overuse players and don't hide their flaws or, you know, their issues in the team. Where United, we rely on every single player to do their part. Where with City, they've got an amazing squad, an amazing manager who knows how to manage his squad fully. And you'll see the likes of Rico Lewis. I can guarantee you, if Man City was to sell Rico Lewis, they could get him for 70 to 80 million pounds, because you've not seen more than a handful of games of that kid playing badly. Where with United, Anthony Elanga, prime example. Rashford it's happening to Rashford as well. Lingard, you know, there's so many players it's happened to over the years from our academy, where United have overrun a player, their value decreases because they're being exposed and their flaws are being put on show. And that's the issue here. Where with Anthony Elanga, the season when he came into Manchester United under Ralph Rangnick was when the Greenwood situation just happened. Rashford was out of form. Sancho was out of form. Martial went on loan to Seville. Cavani was injured and Ronaldo was just carrying us the entire season. We had no forward, so Ralph Rangnick brought in Anthony Elanga. And United only got 15 million for Anthony Elanga. So the difference is that United, like I've just said, we expose our young players and their value completely decreases. And I'm worried this is going to happen to Kobbie Mainoo. I want Kobbie Mainoo to be in and out of the team now. Same with Garnacho. This is why I'm hoping that Ten Hag kind of uses his brain a little bit and gives Kobbie Mainoo the off game, off. Do you know what I mean? And you play a double pivot of Casemiro and Ugarte, or maybe Ugarte, Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes, or, you know, do you know what I'm trying to say? So with this, I feel like that Ten Hag's limited options in positions have affected the way he performed last season. Obviously, injuries were a massive part of United's downfall towards last season as well. But going into this season, I don't think Ten Hag has many excuses to say that, apart from the midfield, he doesn't have many options. You know, we've got quite a few forwards now. We've got quite a few players in defence, especially when everyone comes back fit. So apart from the midfield, I feel like that United are probably one or two signings away for having a very, very strong squad. I feel like we definitely need to prioritise a strong left back, whether it's in the January transfer window or the summer transfer window next season. And I definitely think we need more cover in the left-sided centre-back and the midfield. So yeah, maybe 2 or 3 more signings. I feel like United can definitely be up there by definitely have a solid squad and competing with top 4. But let me know what you think. Obviously, these transfer windows and these rumours, obviously, we're just going to cover because it's the latest breaking news. It's international break. It's a boring. We all know what it's like during international duty, but I'm just trying to get content out for the people who do watch my videos. But anyway, that'll be me for today. But yes, let me know in the comments down below on what you think of Branthwaite, Eze and Éderson, and do you think they should join Manchester United, whether it's in January or in the summer transfer window, or should Manchester United be targeting a different type of player? Let me know in the comments down below if you made it far into the video, and as always, thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, as we continue that 2K road. We're so close. I think we're like 9 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers, so please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.